Here's the play!
Hello football fans, Ryan here. I must apologize for the picture quality of the video, but this play and the fallout from it deserve a major discussion. So I think the torture we're about to subject our eyes to will be worth it. Even so, every now and then I'll cut to a clear image to cleanse our visual palette. An image like this one. That's a nice image. Easy on the eyes. Okay, now back to the migraine-inducing video. I'm going to let the aftermath of the play roll in the background. The video started with the play in question and will end with the ensuing snap. This will give us an idea of just how long it took this crew to get the game restarted. Like I said, this play caused a bit of controversy, or for our high school football officials in England, controversy. The play in question had 4 fouls, I think, as well as an interception and a touchdown. One of the 4 fouls is a hold, and I think it occurred right here. It appears the tackle holds the defensive end. Then we have an interception. After the interception, it appears A grabs the face mask of the player who intercepted the pass. That's the second foul on A. During the run back, we appear to have a foul on B. It looks like a blindside block. The return continues all the way to the end zone, and I think we have a 4th foul, the second foul on B, somewhere around here, but the foul happens off screen. So we're going to have to use our imagination on this one. How do I know all this? Well, this play made the news. Well, not the evening news, but the local news. And in the local news story, it states there were 4 fouls called. We read there were 2 fouls called on A, holding and a face mask, and 2 fouls called on B, both illegal blocks. There's a link to the story in the video's description. So let's recap. We have a hold by A, an interception, a face mask foul by A blindside block by B, then another illegal block by B, and finally a touchdown. I think it's prudent for us to head into Insomniac Theatre. Let's take our seats and get ready for a tour de force of a rule known as Rule 10, Section 2, Article 2.
If each team fouls during a down in which there is a change of team possession and the play does not have a post-scrimmage kick foul, the team last gaining possession may retain the ball, provided A. The foul by the team last gaining possession is not prior to the final change of possession, and B. The team last gaining possession declines the penalty for its opponent's foul or fouls other than a non-player or unsportsmanlike foul. In this case, the team that was not last in possession has no penalty options until the team last in possession has made its penalty decision on the fouls prior to the change of possession. After that decision by the team last in possession, the team not last in possession may decline or accept the penalty for the foul by the team last in possession or choose which penalty to have enforced in the case that the team last in possession committed more than one foul following the change.
This rule inspired the phrase clean hands. If a team on the positive end of a turnover gets the ball without having fouled, they get to keep the ball even if they fouled after the turnover. Of course, they must decline all fouls by A in order to keep the ball. In this play, B intercepted the ball with clean hands. All their fouls came after the turnover, so they get to keep the ball. All they have to do is decline the fouls by A. I think the rule just referenced is the rule most pertinent to this play. In fact, if you wanted a real-life example of 10-2-2, I think this play might be it, right? If each team fouls during the down in which there is a change of team possession, check. The team last gaining possession may retain the ball provided the foul by the team last gaining possession is not prior to the final change of possession, check. The team last gaining possession declines the penalty for its opponent's fouls. We assume this is a check. After the decision by the team last in possession, the team not last in possession may choose which penalty to have enforced in the case that the team last in possession committed more than one foul following the change. Check. Now, we all probably know of this rule, but we might not know it verbatim. Obviously, the crew didn't have the rule book on the field with them, but it would have been helpful since this rule contains an important parenthesis and an important clause, that being more than one foul. In other words, knowing every single word of this rule may have helped. According to 10.2.2, the crew should have enforced the first foul committed by B and marched the penalty off from that spot. That would have put the ball inside B's own 10-yard line. It appears the crew does that, but after another conference, they move downfield to where the second foul on B took place, about 75 yards away, and march off that penalty. This is where the ensuing snap takes place. This is fascinating and leaves me extremely curious. On this play, you'd think a crew would make the mistake of giving the wrong team the ball or allowing the touchdown to stand. Instead, they understand B can keep the ball, but march off the wrong penalty. Why? What was going through their minds? What was their logic? I'm not trying to embarrass or ridicule the crew. It's obviously a lot harder where they are than it is where I'm at, but I'm legitimately curious. I want to know, for one, I don't want to make the same mistake, and two, maybe it will help trainers explain this rule in the future. We might find a clue to what really happened in the white hat signals. It's hard to tell from this video, but it appears the white hat signals a hold and a face mask on A and only one foul on B. Maybe the crew didn't communicate very well. Maybe one of B's fouls was ignored or forgotten. Lost in the shuffle. In complicated situations like this play, I was always taught to go slow and walk through each element. If you do that, penalty enforcement becomes a lot easier and a lot less stressful. Now, back to this crew. I wonder if they assumed B will decline the foul on A before the interception, and then the face mask foul on A that occurred after the interception offsets B's first illegal block, thus leaving the illegal block by B near their own goal line, the one we can't see, as the only foul to enforce. I've racked my brain for days, and it's the only reason I can think of as to why they enforced the second foul by B. Why am I believing the article over the white hat signals? One, the white hat signals don't seem to be very confident, and two, the article reveals the Washington Interscholastic Activities Association, the state's governing body of high school sports, sided with the offended team's appeal that the officials did misapply a rule. So the crew officially did something wrong, and what they probably did wrong was march off the wrong penalty. High school football officials misapplying a rule is not newsworthy. It happens all the time. What makes this call newsworthy is the conference these two teams play in declared the game incomplete and scheduled a replay for Halloween night. Yes, they are going to replay the game. Well, they're going to resume the game from the interception. The team that was aided by the erroneous penalty enforcement went on to score and then went on to win 25-20. The interception happened during the first minute of the third quarter. I'm a little torn over them resuming the game. I guess it's cool for the kids involved as long as no one gets hurt, and I guess it's cool that a crew will get another game fee, and I really hope the assigner charges the schools a full game fee for the resumption. But a part of me thinks this is a dangerous precedent to set. Yes, the crew got it wrong, it was a 60-yard mistake, and high school teams in Washington State can protest misapplication of rules, but I guarantee you in 2023, this isn't the only misapplication of a rule in the state, or within the conference, or in a game involving these two teams. Are all of those games going to be replayed too? Also, if the officials hadn't thrown any flags in this play, would there be a replay? Listen, I'm no expert when it comes to the machine that is high school athletics. Maybe this kind of thing happens all the time, and this is just the first I'm hearing of it. The more I think about it, however, the more it feels like a bad idea. Especially since the article indicates the conference made the decision to resume the game, not the state governing body. Nonetheless, I guess we're going to have to trust the powers that be that they're making the right decision. And after all, what do I know? I'm just a high school football official who loves to play the chains. I also want to say I've made a lot of assumptions based on bad video and a 200-word news story from an Everett, Washington newspaper. We're definitely missing a few pieces of vital information. Nonetheless, I think there's a lot to take away from this play. Obviously, know your rule book and know your penalty enforcement. But beyond that, don't forget to go slow. Don't forget to communicate as effectively as possible, especially when reporting fouls to the white hat. And if you're going to get it wrong fast. This ordeal blew a 10-minute hole in the game. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this play? What are your thoughts on the game being resumed? What do you think caused this crew to botch the penalty enforcement? Please leave your wisdom, insights, and experience in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We are getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. We'd love to reach that milestone before the end of the football season. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps us out. Thank you. If you're already a high school football official, have a great season. If you're not a high school football official, now is the perfect time to become one. Contact the Evergreen Football Officials Association and we'll help you make it happen. Until next time, we're the EFOA, making good officials better.